Welcome to the lesson, Degrees of Comparison of Adjectives. After completing this lesson, you will be able to define degrees of comparison, list the types of degrees of comparison, list the rules for degrees of comparison, state the correct degrees of comparison for given words. Kevin and Vicky are relaxing on a Sunday afternoon. Vicky has brought some fresh strawberries from his uncle's farm. Kevin eats a strawberry and is pleased as it tastes sweet. He picks up another one and is very happy and tells Vicky that it is more sweet. He tastes the third strawberry and is elated. He announces that it has maximum sweetness. Vicky is amused by Kevin's expressions. He suggests that Kevin should use degrees of comparison of adjectives to express intensity of sweetness. Kevin has never heard about it and wants to learn. So, let us help Kevin understand degrees of comparison of adjectives. When adjectives change their forms to show comparison, they are called degrees of comparison of adjectives. Adjectives have 3 degrees of comparison. They are as follows: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. Take a look at these examples. Observe the degrees of comparison for the adjectives tall and kind. The first degree of comparison is the positive degree. It refers to the adjective in its simple form, merely showing the existence of a quality. Positive degree is used to refer to only one thing or person without making any comparisons. Have a look at the following examples. In the first sentence, the adjective large describes the box, and in the second sentence, the adjective smart describes Ronnie. That is, they refer to a single thing and a person, and there are no comparisons involved. The second degree of comparison is the comparative degree. It refers to a higher degree of adjective as compared to the positive. Comparative degree is used when two things or persons are compared with one another. Take a look at the following examples. In the first sentence, the adjective larger is used to compare two boxes. And in the second sentence, the adjective smarter is used to compare Jimmy and Ronnie. That is, they compare two things or two people. The third degree of comparison is the superlative degree. It refers to the highest degree of adjective and is used when more than two things or persons are compared. Consider the following examples. In the first sentence, the adjective largest is used to compare more than two boxes. And in the second sentence, the adjective smartest is used to compare more than two boys. That is, they compare more than two things or two people. Kevin's first strawberry is sweet. It merely shows the existence of the quality of sweetness. So, the adjective sweet is in the positive degree. Kevin's second strawberry is sweeter than the previous one. It shows the comparison between two strawberries. So, the adjective sweeter is in the comparative degree. Kevin's third strawberry is the sweetest of all. It compares more than 2 strawberries. So, the adjective sweetest is in the superlative degree. The comparative and superlative degrees are formed in different ways. Adjectives can be changed from positive to their comparative degree by adding er and into the superlative degree by adding est. Take a look at the following examples. When a positive ends in e, they are changed to comparative and superlative degree by adding r and st respectively. Take a look at the following examples. There are some more ways. When the positive ends in y preceded by a consonant, they are changed into comparative and superlative degree by changing y into I and then adding er and est respectively. When it ends in y preceded by a vowel, only er and est are added. Take a look at some examples. When the positive ends in a consonant preceded by a vowel, comparatives and superlatives are also formed by doubling the consonant and adding er and est respectively. Here are some examples. Some more ways of changing degrees. Adjectives of more than 2 syllables form the comparative and superlative forms by adding more and most before the positive. Take a look at the following examples. For some adjectives, the comparatives and superlatives are not formed from their positives. This is known as irregular comparison, and the adjectives are irregular adjectives. Take a look at the following examples. Comparative degrees are used for comparing the qualities of 2 nouns or pronouns. Its most important facets are: the adjectives in the comparative degree are usually followed by than. For example, this sum is easier than the previous one. In some cases, of is used along with the comparative degree. For example, Rick is shorter of the 2 brothers. Sometimes, to is used with the comparative degree. Example, his singing is superior to yours. Sometimes, preferable followed by to is used to indicate comparison. For example, for children, ice creams are preferable to milk. In some cases, than is used before a noun or pronoun in its object form. For example, he is taller than me. A double comparative is never used. Thus, more bigger is incorrect. For example, using the term more bigger for comparison is incorrect. Elder is used for comparing only persons, while older is used for comparing both persons and things. Consider the following examples. Rita is my elder sister. Here, the adjective elder is used to compare 2 people. This red dress is older than the blue dress. Here, the adjective older is used to compare two things. I am older than you. Here, the adjective older is used to compare two people. The superlative degree is used when more than two persons or things are compared. Some of its most important usage features are: the superlative degree is usually preceded by the and followed by of, in, or on. Of is used for people and things. In and on are used for places. Consider these examples. A double superlative is never used. Thus, the term most hottest is incorrect. Sometimes, a superlative is made emphatic by using intensifiers like very much, by far, etc. and adverbs like undoubtedly, easily, decidedly, etc. Consider these examples. There are some exceptions to general rules. Certain English comparatives have lost their comparative meaning and are used as positives. They cannot be followed by than. They are former, latter, upper, inner, outer, etc. Consider these examples. Certain comparatives borrowed from Latin have no positive or superlative degree. They all end in OR, not ER. They are interior, exterior, major, minor, and ulterior. Consider these examples. Certain comparative degrees ending with OR are not followed by than, but are followed by to, like inferior, superior, senior, junior, prior, etc. Consider these examples. Adjectives expressing qualities that do not admit of different degrees cannot be compared, like square, sphere, universal, eternal, etc. Let us look at some more examples of degrees of comparison of adjectives. Kevin has now understood the degrees of comparison of adjectives. He shifts his attention to the delicious strawberries again. Let us revise the important points to help Kevin remember the key concepts. When adjectives change their forms to show comparison, they are called the degrees of comparison of adjectives. Degrees of comparison are of three kinds: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. Positive degree refers to the adjective in its simple form. Comparative degree refers to a higher degree of adjective as compared to the positive and is used when two things are compared. Superlative degree refers to the highest degree of adjective and is used when more than two things are compared. There are different ways in which comparative and superlative degrees are formed. They are: observe the suffixes in the following table. There are different uses of comparative and superlative degrees. The following table lists the use of comparative and superlative degree.